Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are creating a Chanel spring look with nothing that new. Some new-ish, but this is my collection. This is a lot of permanent collection releases. So this is going to be very leisurely, very luxurious, and it's going to focus on this palette here called Tissé Cambon. I think that this is the quintessential Chanel spring palette. To me, nothing screams spring quite like this palette here. I did consider using the Tweed Purple palette, but for today's video, we're going to focus on permanent edition, permanent collection items. This one here was limited edition, but if you'd like to see another look with this, leave a comment down below. Anyway, before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. This is Tissé Cambon right here. So this is the pink. It looks more pearlescent, peachy almost. It's not too flashy. This is a beautiful dark matte purple. This color here is so beautiful. It's like a slate taupe color and then a beautiful white. It's just a gorgeous harmony for the springtime. Starting off with this palette here, number 228, Tissé Cambon. So Tissé was or is an older formula of their eyeshadows. These ones were baked. I'm not sure if the new shadows are still baked, but the texture of these is different. And Cambon is the name of the street where Coco Chanel had her first office and where the head office is in Paris. So I'm starting off with the pink color, and I'm going to lay it down all over the lid. And yes, I am using one of the sponge tip applicators. These applicators are great if you want to transfer color. They will be terrible for blending, that I can assure you, but if all you want to do is transfer a bit of color, use them right away. And what's nice about this pink shade is in the palette, it looks very bright. You might be like, oof, that looks too much. But when you apply it, it sort of gives a soft, pearlescent pink color, where it does look pink and rosy, but not in that rabid rabbit eye look that we do see sometimes. This one is a bit more pearlescent and pink and lovely for spring. Now I'm dipping into the beautiful purple color here, and all the brushes that I'm using are listed down below in the description box. This is a double-ended pencil brush, so each side is like a pencil, but this one's a bit bigger. I'm going to use this to place this darker purple in the crease here, and then I will use a separate brush to blend, and this helps control how dark the look gets. So using a little bit of a tapered blending brush, I'm just going to blend this in the crease here. This purple can be quite dark if you use it on its own, but as you can see, when you blend it, it's nice. Like, it looks purple, but it doesn't have to look vulgar or too intense. It is possible to use color in a tasteful manner. And I just like the finish of this pink. It's not too much. It looks lovely. And I know pinks and purples for spring is not groundbreaking, but I like it. And I think it looks very lovely and very feminine and very classic. Let's move on to the other eye to make sure we match. A few days ago, I did a video talking about my favorites and also just a roundup of the purple eyeshadows that I have from Chanel. And this palette was used, and a lot of you commented on this one. This one I think is my favorite purple palette from the brand. I have a single that I also really like, and I like the tweed as well, but this palette here, specifically in the context of spring, is my go-to. And also, whenever I want a purpley pink look, this is what I use because it gives me exactly what I need, but specifically in the context of spring, to me, this is quintessential. Please let me know in the comments what you think a quintessential spring palette looks like. Maybe you have one in your collection, a palette that you always dig out for the springtime. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear what your take is on a quintessential spring look. I'm taking a little bit of that dark purple that we put on top and putting it on the bottom lashes here as well. And I think I'm going to add a bit more purple on top. It's sort of just a balance of adding a little bit more, blending a bit more, and then stopping when you're satisfied. I'm going to use a clean, big, fluffy blending brush just to make sure everything looks blended and harmonious here. My lips are feeling a little bit dry, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of lip balm. This is the #1 lip and cheek balm. You can technically use this as a blush, and this is the #2 Healthy Pink. Listen, if you like a nude pink your lip but better, you need to get this. It's so wonderful. It's the perfect nudie pink, and it's also a really nourishing lip butter. So if you're going to wear a nude or a pink, I suggest priming your lips with this, and then by the time you're done doing your makeup, you can just blot off the excess and go on with a lipstick. I have another lip and cheek balm in a red. I think it's like Red Camellia. I like it, but I love the Healthy Pink shade. It's just so easy. It just makes your lips look so nice. I'm just going to place a little bit more of the pink because I really want this to pop and look very cute. And I know Valentine's Day is over, but you know what? These are still spring colors, so I'm here for it. And I'm just blending them together, looking nice. For the liner, I'm going into this Chanel Crayon Yeux. This is the shade 77 Deep Purple. I don't know if they still make it, but it's not the waterproof liner collection. It's like a normal pencil liner, and I want something purple to, you know, go with my purple look. So I'm going to add some on the top waterline, or actually, you know what? I'm going to do a little line on top. I'm going to add some in the waterline as well, and then go on the bottom lashes a little bit too. I think the current shade available in that's similar to this is called Berry. So I think that's the closest to deep purple that's available right now. But there are other purple eyeliners you could use. Use whatever you have. For the mascara, I'm doing double. I'm going into my base. This is La Base mascara. It's like it's like skincare for your lashes, so it helps make them more dense and more voluminous. And then I'm going into the Volume de Chanel in plain black. But I guess if you had a purple, you could lean into the purple if you wanted to. Okay, let's move on to the face now. I'm going to go into my Leblanc Rosy Light Drops. These came out a couple years ago for, I think, a Leblanc collection, which always comes out in like February, March. This is a liquid highlighter, but it has a really beautiful pearlescent rosy glow to it. So I'm going to use this underneath my foundation because I just prefer it that way. I find that it gives more of a natural look. So this is what it looks like. It's quite runny, quite fluid, and I'm going to use a little bit. So what I do is I basically apply this where I would apply highlighter afterwards, but do it before the foundation. This gives a more natural look. Basically, it kind of makes it look like your skin is glowing from within. I think I may have used like half a pump. You don't need that much, just to highlight basically where you would apply highlighter, like I just said. Gorgeous. It gives you a little bit of that pink pearlescent glow, and that's definitely the look here because that's sort of close to the pink eyeshadow as well. And for the complexion, I'm going into my Les Beige Water Fresh tint in the shade medium. I love this so much. I've gone through so many bottles. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it on the back of my hand. It's going to mix in with the residual liquid highlighter that I have. Just going to crush it up. This is a very natural looking complexion product, which I like. I feel like my skin is behaving quite nicely, so I don't need to cover it up too much. For the concealer, can you guess what it will be? It's my Sublimage Corrector Concealer in the shade 32. I love this concealer so much. I think it is the bee's knees. It is meant to be blurring, creamy, hydrating, and to erase dark circles, and it does all that. I know that it does have quite a hefty price tag, but in my opinion, it is worth it. Thankfully, you only need a little bit of this concealer to get the coverage that you want. And I think a lot of you have started to purchase this because I know that it's very expensive. I know that. But I think after months of hearing me talk about it, quite a few of you have tested it out. And I think it's sold out. Like certain shades are actually sold out for quite some time now, but it's permanent. It'll be back. I'm really excited to see this year what's going to come back, like the lip glosses. I love a lip gloss, and a lot of the shades have just been sold out for months. So I'm excited to see what's going to make a comeback this year for the brand. I'm using the opposite side of my dual-ended pencil brush, going into the white color here, and I'm going to place a little bit on the inner corner and just a little bit under the brow bone just to highlight. Now for the blush, I'm going into 68 Rose Écrin. This is like a pink, but sort of in the your cheek, but better because I do have, a bit of a bold eye look, and I think I might add a punch of color to my lips as well. So I think something a bit more balanced on the cheeks is a good idea. Now for the lip, I am going to go into something fun and punchy. It's going to be very spring, a very pink. It's one of the new Rouge Allure Velvets, and this is the shade 46 Magnetic. It is such a beautiful pink. Look at how bright and invigorating it is. I know we're talking about spring, but here in Montreal, it's still quite winter. So I'm going to need a dose, an injection, a heavy injection of color to revive me a bit. Now to finish off our look, we have to go into a bit of fragrance. I am going into an oldie but a goodie, the Chanel Chance Hair Perfume. This is a hair mist. It's safe for your hair. It's not going to damage it or dry it out. It smells so good. It's the classic Chance in the yellow bottle, and it's making me think that I should purchase the classic Chance, either the eau de parfum or eau de toilette, because it smells so good. It smells fresh, clean, but not in like Mr. Clean Lysol way, just like in a very clean, feminine, slight, fruity, sweet, musky. I know there's patchouli in here as well, but you really can't pick up on it. It smells so good. And when you spray this in your hair and you give someone a hug, the compliments you will get, oh, trust me from experience, this smells amazing, and I really can't think of anything more extra in life than a perfume for your hair. So here we are. This is the finished look with the beautiful Tissé Cambon. In my opinion, I think it is the best spring palette for Chanel. I don't even know when that came out. I don't know if it was for a spring release, but in my mind, that's the one to use, that's the one to get. So this is the look here. I hope I gave you some inspiration because you probably own a couple of these products at home. So feel free to recreate this in your own manner. I think it's lovely. I know that the pink is a bold choice, but I was feeling bold today. And like I said, I need the injection of color to revive me a bit from the winter months still ahead. So anyway, that is today's video. Make sure that you are subscribed because I talk a lot about luxury beauty, a lot of Chanel, and I like to recreate, or I like to create looks, words are hard. I like to create looks reusing different collections. I like to mix and match old and new. So it's going to give you inspiration and ideas on how to use up what you already own. And if you're not aware, I have an online beauty consulting service. It's a one-on-one video chat, so you don't have to share me with thousands of other people. It's just you and me. So if you need advice with your skincare routine, your makeup, if you want to buy some makeup but you don't know what to do or how to do it, go ahead and book a session today. And I think that's all I have for you guys for today. So thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.